attack last week. No, this isn't us suspecting Argus Bloodfilch. This is just us asking for his professional opinion on the matter. And I'm going to use bluff.
Right, just for extra measure.
Yeah. Way!
Nice.
I'm a cake, by the way.
Well, I don't very much suspect you of being. I'm suddenly going Irish or Scottish or some strange accent.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
A cake.
It's
certainly
the barkeeper again. I don't very much suspect you of having any wrongful intentions, sir, but we have only been indicated that we should offer you any help we can without disrupting normal affairs. I'm afraid I can't be giving you out public information of a specific nature like that.
I don't know what accent that was.
Well,
I think I was going towards Canadian somewhere.
It was a bit Canadian. Then I felt like you should have changed it with the A at the end, just like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I said,
Oh, that I'm a Udra. What a hoser, eh?
what a bloody... what a bloody bellend.
That's
Vic just picks up anyway and brings up. Okay, well this is understandable, of course, but would you be able to ask, may possibly tell us of how we can get a meeting, then?
Oh, I'm afraid that's not quite my area. I'm definitely going very, very like hillbilly Canadian now.
You're going very Irish there.
No, that's very
Irish,
that's very Canadian.
Irish were like
that's
this.
like
Talking
that's
Irish.
that's like typecast Canadian.
Yeah.
What a hoser, eh? Oh, eh, you betcha.
Realising this pretty much isn't really going anywhere.
I'm very quickly going to say, it is a matter of grave importance. Do you think that you could maybe talk to your guard captain and ask if he could send a message to Mr. Argus Bloodfilch from us?
I could see what I could pass along. Any particular message you want to be passing?
Yes, simply Ame Udro, sorcerer Ame Udro, would like to ask for a meeting with Mr. Argus Bloodfilch. Ascertaining to
you're here as well, right?
Like
with this little discussion.
Yeah.
Do you recall what you know about the view of sorcerers in the Arcane Collegiate?
I do. I have it written down.
You may want to tap somebody on the shoulder then about the specific wording of this message.
I'm going to tap Victus on the shoulder, and I turn and say to him, sorcerers are considered quite below equal, as they don't do anything skillage. It's all by chance. To be honest, they're looked down upon.
Okay.
Or in short, you're just going to tell him, they think sorcerers are idiots.
Pretty much.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so what time frame does this happen? So has he just said that then? Like, I mean, has he, as Amiyudra just said?
He's giving the message right now.
Okay, hold on.
Which one of us has a higher ranking?
Hold on.
None of you. Actually, if
None
anything,
of
you
us
do,
really.
Terry.
Baldrick at this point.
Yeah, Baldric in like the social standing, and Tari in at least like the justice standing, just by virtue of being a paladin.
Just give me a quick second. Just trying to think of how to word this.
Right.
Okay, so I perk up just as he says this, but of course we wouldn't bring a sorcerer up to the eyes, to the attention of the Great Mage, of course. Possibly.
I imagine Ame is like coughing and spluttering.
What? What is this? What are you saying? No, shut up. No.
Of course we wouldn't waste his time with such. But as you can see, we have need from the Lord of the Land as well.
Where
as the paladin of the group, we also have a paladin, and of course we need to seek justice in this. And any help we can receive is from the Great Mage, of course, is duly needed.
Can't believe this. Slanderous.
So I bring that up anyway.
You're a bastard.
I right mind to hit you. No.
Very well. I'll pass that towards the captain sometime in the next hour or two when my shift ends.
Okay.
I might be hitting Welsh now, I'm not sure.
A little bit Welsh.
Okay. He says, okay, well, thank you, but obviously the sooner this can be done, the better.
You're all assholes.
Yes, but I can't abandon my post before my shift is up. I'm sure you know that.
Just go. I just want to be alone.
Okay, so anyway,
Okay, so now you like move away from the garden. You're free to explain to Ame why you just kicked him in the hindquarters.
Look, no offense, friend, but from what I've been told, sorcerers are seen down upon by the mages.
What?
It's nothing personal, of course.
Oh, those bastards. I'll show them.
Imagine it being the same as someone who has been born into wealth rather than.
Oh, well, summon a massive bee in their assholes. That's absurd. Yes.
It's no offense, friend, but if you want to see this through.
Ame is quite positively fuming right now. You think you can see bits of steam rising from his ears.
He put Victor's puts his hand on his shoulder and just comforts him in a way like, well, maybe friend, maybe you can show them your worth. Maybe you can be the first. Maybe you can be the first. Prove them wrong. If we shall defeat this worm,
I'll make it my bitch. With that, Ame suddenly becomes much more serious about everything.
Oh, thank God for that.
Right.
Go ahead.
When last our adventurers met in this hall of lunacy, the lord of the city called them to an audience to discuss matters most worm-like. Upon learning of exactly how much attention the lord has invested upon them, he contracted them into a beneficial arrangement to hunt down the origin and form of the worm. Several library trips later, the group managed to use Baldric's newfound social connections to procure a tentative audience with one Heidelgronus. And so we begin once again with this tale of dungeons and dragon hats.
Right, so what's happened since we've been delayed?
Well, Baldric had to go off to secure an exact timetable on Heidel, and with him went Ame, who mostly spent the last few days partying. Now you are called all to the tavern, and I believe that Ame will not be appearing in this particular adventure for reasons that will become very clear very momentarily. So I presume that Victus, Tari, and Odo are going to arrive at the tavern there.
Yep.
Right. Shoop. Drew it away. Right. Baldric has issued a message via the house butler to draw you all to the inn, namely to discuss matters of the recent events. So there are 4 cans of ale just sat on the table waiting for you when you arrive. Baldric is already sat on one of the seats, which is straining slightly under his bulk.
Okay, this seems very familiar. Day 1 at the Big Brother house. Oh my God. Okay, so is it the same tavern, actually? Come to think of it?
It is the same tavern. It's the one that Victus and Tari generally are, like, spending their night in.
Okay.
Okay, so in that case, okay. I'll have Eve outside then. So just sitting down. It's he'll bring up the point. Deja vu. But anyway, so what do you have for us then, Baldric?
Alright, this is where I have to try and impersonate Elliot impersonating Baldric.
Yay!
Yay! You should have got him to record it.
Yeah, that would
We could
require more
Microsoft Sam it.
No.
It has been so long since I have saw you last.
Okay. I have secured an audience with Heidelgronus, scheduled for next week, sirs. Though it will require me master submitting to some tests. He has mysteriously vanished after being informed of this. I suspect he's gone to go and get some supplies.
A week, okay. You couldn't see him any sooner at all?
Oh no, Mr. Heidel is quite busy, sir. I'm going into Irish and Scottish again, aren't I?
It's okay, it's the
long.
default.
It's the best accent I can do, and apparently it's also the only accent I can do.
We'll go to Jamaican soon enough.
Oh god, no, not again. Don't make me a World of Warcraft troll.
To be fair, I can imagine him fitting it rather well, actually.
Someone just said Tony Robinson.
Yeah, man. I'll be smoking them reefers with them Yodla, man.
God.
Oh, God. Okay.
Right, anyways, so yes.
It's been a moment.
Okay. Well, with that...
See, I never said it was a good Irish accent.
No, you did.
Is that well? With that, he says he sort of sits back a bit. Well, I'm not sure. Well, I guess I don't know. Would you? We have to think of something to do during this time that we need to wait to see Heidel. It's not fortuitous at all. The sooner we get this done, the better.
Yeah. Like, what is it that we're seeing Heidel for exactly?
Are
Seeing
you
him
asking that in
for
character, or...?
Yes.
Right.
seeing him for we're having an audience with him for advice, since no one really knows much about this creature, and he seems the best candidate for it.
Right, okay. And how about the other guy?
But pretty much the same reason. Although we seem to be at a miss for Argus. Seem
Right.
to not be able to get any audience with him at all.
Right.
On that word, folks, I did manage to get a little bit of information on... I'm going really terrible now. Did manage to get a little bit of information on Mr. Argus.
Oh?
Okay,
I need to
good
be like a
job.
farmer via Wales. I think is the accent for this.
Who is Farmer?
Yeah. Who's like slightly too chipper. Mr. Argus does have a book signing in the centre this afternoon. And now I'm going to Glasgow.
Traveling through the UK now, aren't you?
Yeah. A trip across the nation.
Did you say in the centre of town? Did you say?
In 20 words.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh really?
Yes, he's got a new book coming out, and I'm going via an East
It's
Indian
fine,
call
just-
centre
just-
now.
it's fine,
Go-
it's
just go
fine,
with the
it's
flow.
fine.
Just go with the flow.
We can't have a conversation where every five
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's got a new book coming out. Something about conjuration and all manner of fireballs. And now I've gone really stereotypical Canadian.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. If only we could use my accent abilities as a form of transport.
Anyway, he picks up and says, has he done this sort of thing before?
Yes, Mr. Bloodfilch is a very noted author, especially among the magic types.
Okay. Do you know what the security of this sort of function is like? Would we be able to just walk up to him, or are we going to have to be a bit more smart about this?
Oh, I think everyone will be walking up to him. There's a line already reaching downtown. It stretches past the Lord's house.
Curse the Lord not being able to give his name.
Lying to an accent from Manchester, I want to be offended.
You masochist.
I swear I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just really bad at maintaining an accent.
That's the first time I've ever seen masochistic behaviour in that sort of whatever. Okay. Do you know what time this will be happening?
It's running through the next few days. Including today.
Okay, thank you, Baldric. I guess that's the. I guess that's that's where we'll be heading then.
Very well, I'll be on my way. Got to find me master. I'm a Udro, the great sorcerer.
Okay, thank you, Baldric. Thank you. You've been extremely helpful.
And with that, he stands up. The chair, like the seat, groans beneath him in response, and he makes his way out of the inn, where he vanishes into the crowd, as much as a 6-foot-tall guy in full plate armor can.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, well,
The street just divides like Midas parting the ocean, parting the river.
with that, he sort of gets up from his chair anyway, a little bit more, and leans on the table with his shoulders and sort of gestures with his hands a bit, thinking. And okay, so what's the plan with this then? It would be great if we could just walk up to him, but I don't see that happening very easily. But obviously, we still want to be within his favour, so we can't do too much.
Would it be worth standing in line, waiting to see him, and then asking nicely to maybe have a quiet word afterwards?
What might be quite nice is if we could use your status, actually, as your status as a paladin. I don't know how. Maybe you would know more about how paladins are viewed compared to what was he again? A wizard? Is he a wizard?
He's a sorcerer.
He's a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's a wizard.
Yeah, wizard.
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
I don't know what the hierarchy of wizard to paladin is, but I assume you could. I assume the paladin order demands some form of respect. So.
Yeah, because I come from the. What was it again? Sorry, need to read up on this.
Well, while you do that anyway, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be useful. I mean, we don't have to. Obviously, we don't want. As I said, we want to stay on his good side, so we can just say, "Look, we require a little bit of your time on an urgent matter regarding the city's safety, but we can talk to you after or during a break of your book signing or anything like that." So that's the plan that I put forward anyway.
As a reminder, you are acting under the orders of the Lord of the City, but he has stated explicitly that you are not allowed to use his name to, aid in this endeavor.
Yep, so it's I would like to try this plan first, and then if that does fail, push it a bit more with the whole Lord thing. And just say, look, but this would be nicer if this does work, but if not, then we can push forward that we are doing this for.
Yeah.
Upon the Lord's orders.
Alright, so with that, you can hear Eve kind of pawing at the door, being wondering what's going to be happening, because it's getting slightly busy out in the street.
Okay, with that, this is I'll get up and head out. This is I'm just going to tend to Eve, and then we should head on out soon.
Well.
So I'll get up and walk out and just fuss over and make sure she's okay.
Okay, well, as you exit the inn, you notice that the streets are indeed getting quite busy. There's something of a rush of people, all wearing various, strange outfits, and a large number of them carrying papers and books and such, who appear to be rushing towards the town centre.
Alright, I'll take note of that then. Actually, could I possibly do a spot to see specifically if I could make, with the amount of hustle and bustle, if maybe someone's dropped a book or something like that?
Yes, you may, absolutely.
27.
Okay, you managed to notice that at least one scroll has been dropped as people are hurrying about.
Okay.
It is lying in the middle of the street where the most traffic is.
Okay, can I go over and pick that up?
Okay, you push past a number of people on the way. One or two of them are rather unhappy with you about this, but you do manage to retrieve the scroll. It is approximately 1.5 feet long and is rolled up about 3 times over.
Okay.
So it's a fairly long scroll.
Okay, I sort of attached that on just probably like under a belt or something I've got. It's on show, so it's just tucked in somewhere.
Right, so you're trying to look the part, basically.
Essentially, anything helps, really.
Rightio. So you can add unknown scroll to your to your inventory then.
Actually, thinking about that, just as I'm about to put it in, I'll open it up just to have a read of it, just to make sure it is what I think it is.
Okay. Well, it begins with the words, "I prepared explosive runes today." I am joking.
Oh god.
But it appears to be a testimonial regarding Argus Bloodfilch, and it appears to be incorporating various quotes from his latest documents.
Okay, so it is exactly what I thought it was. Okay, so I do that anyway. Right.
Alright, Odo and Tari, what are you up to?
I'm currently looking at what my status is. I can't figure it out. Because I know I'm within the House of St. Cuthbert.
Yep.
Does that have any sort of social standing?
Saint Cuthbert is the god of justice, be it polite or otherwise. He is also known as the Cudgel, and he is held in fairly high regard with his paladins because they are pretty much always law-abiding and law-upholding citizens.
So I could use that.
Yes, he is also extremely militarized, so the bulk of his worshippers are also paladins, or at least, like, trained in the arts of combat.
Okay.
Which is why the guards actually, like, pay attention to you.
Oh, that's useful to know.
Tick
Okay.
their butts.
We could have used that before. Oh well. So yeah, we can use my. Oh, what are you doing?
Monkey.
I am currently remembering what we've already done and trying to not feel so tired. I'm gonna follow Tari's.
So
Sorry guys, my head's banging.
what's Victor's up to?
I'm outside, out of character. I'm writing what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Inside the game, I'm just outside, and I'm pretty much just fussing over Eve, making sure she's okay, and I've got that scroll. But I'll probably poke my head. I'll just poke my head and essentially, come on, we gotta go. So let's get there now before.
Okay.
Come on,
I
guys, I want to see the wizard before the line gets too long.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Bloodfinch!
I was going to suggest we head towards the queue and get ourselves placed in there. Because if it gets too long, then it's going to take forever.
Actually, I can't remember. Did we get any kind of like official lettering or like a seal of some kind from the Lord?
You have one of his signet rings.
Which he provided.
Yes, he provided to you. That is the extent of it.
Okay, that's fine. Are these easily accessible, or...
I believe you're wearing one.
So they are easily accessible then?
Yes. Like, they're on your hand, so you can show them off easily.
Okay. No, I meant like,
I mean,
are they easily
to
accessible
the
by
public.
everyone, or is it something special to have this?
Ah, right. Well,
Is it like an honor to have it?
Theoretically, they could be falsified, but the main issue is that between all of you, there is only one.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
Wouldn't also using the signet ring as kind of like indication?
It'd be using the Lord's name.
Wouldn't be using the Lord's name, yeah.
Yeah, again, it's a... Okay.
It's a lot more discreet than using his name.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to write down. You're not allowed to write down his name as like a supporter. You're not allowed to speak his name to get into anything. But you do have the ring.
It's like, yo, that's it.
Since I'm the paladin,
Montague is very much a
Check
spy
out my
master.
bling bling.
I was thinking, since I'm the paladin, I'm more likely to be believed. Would it be best if I had all of the signet ring?
In terms of like, in terms of believability and honesty, paladins are generally held fairly highly compared to like rough and tumble commoners and peasants and such.
Me then.
You, Odo, Ame. Not
Everyone
Baldric,
else.
oddly enough.
But yeah, Baldric has a higher standing than Elvis, apparently.
I am
And he's a
picturing right
servant.
now, just like him just yo Baldric, my man. Just do like the slap.
Wait,
fist bump.
what you don't realize is that he's gaining social standing by virtue of accidentally happening upon like an upper like crust society fight club.
Don't discuss the Fight Club.
No. Just make soap with the name in it. That's all you do.
Okay, well, I don't mind either, having you just get us in and I'll talk, or and then you can back me up, or you know what? I don't know. I don't know whether just having you there would be.
Yeah, it would boost it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's
make
cool.
sure when we get there that you're in, obviously with me,
Yeah.
with us. It'd be definitely helpful.
Is
Yeah,
D&D as
that's-
fun as it looks? Asks the chat.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Why are
I'd
you
say so.
watching?
It is when my head's not banging.
Go take some paracetamol, dude.
Got
He
none.
does. He
I
doesn't.
don't take them.
Oh right.
No.
Okay. Take some drugs.
Seiji makes a very salient point. Yeah, D&D campaigns vary based on player like party composition as well as the person actually DMing. But if you can get a good bunch of friends and someone who's decently aware of the rules, then it can be very fun.
Yep. Hence why I took a lot of time thinking about who to bring in. So, I mean, to be fair, lying, I didn't have to think about that. To be fair, 10 years experience.
Yay.
No.
I'm meeting expectations.
Your meeting is satisfactory.
Alright, so anyways.
Okay.
Tara gets the signet ring, then I presume?
No, I think Victor should still have it.
I'll hold on to it for
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
But
that's cool.
Because he needs the more credibility.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I'm
Right,
just gonna
okay.
flash
Just
through
having
anyway.
me there helps, I guess. Like,
Pretty
with
much.
the whole, yeah. That's cool.
Right. Okay. So I'll head on. We'll head on over to the center of town then. Follow the crowd, pretty much.
Alright, Odo, I presume you're following Terry then?
Just while we're there, while we're on the way, actually, can I do a gather info to see if I can gather possibly any information on Argus? See if anybody's spilling anything.
Yes you may. Roll it.
$22.
Okay, right. Well, en route to the town center, which is, by the way, about here, you manage to discern that Argus Bloodfilch is a master conjurer and evoker to the Collegiate Academy of Bokov, which is like a big name kind of magic dude, also known as the Uncaring, so he's an interesting folk. He spearheaded the notion that summoned animals are in fact copies rather than exact teleportations, and he is also most well known for having a very, very long-running series of like academy textbooks.
Okay.
So unfortunately, this does mean that you are about to encounter a lecturer.
Yay!
Oh, I bet you're enjoying that.
I've got tenure.
You mentioned.
I can do anything.
You mentioned. He was. What was it of Bokov? Is he a supporter of him?
It's a fair assumption that he worships Bokov, but he works specifically at the Collegiate Academy of Bokov.
Okay, and who was it that Tari? Who was it you're under?
House of Cuthbert.
Oh,
Saint
okay.
Cuthbert.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I continue heading forward anyway.
Okay. I will follow.
Are you moving? Are you moving Odo, or is Odo just meandering along by himself?
Oh, where? I've got so many tabs open right now.
I've got a million open right now.
Where is it?
Okay. So, what do we see then?
Okay, well, it is understandably bustling. There is a very long line leading from what looks to be a fairly notable, like, Barnes & Noble-esque kind of store of books and scrolls and parchments and all sorts. The line extends into the dimmer sections of the building and goes down 2 different streets. As near as you can tell, that they might have gotten mistaken at some point and split, but no one's been like impolite enough to like correct this fault. So the line is heading both towards the Lord's office and directly south towards the southern gate.
Okay.
Wow.
Before I get too close, can I look around for somewhere to sort of set Eve up, because I do not want to approach with her. I don't know, like is there like a building with like just, I'm imagining like, you know, the things in like where they used to tie like horses up or something like that.
Yeah.
I know she'll stay if I tell her to, but still.
There is not, in fact, a stables near the town centre.
Okay, is there
Is anywhere sheltered nearby that he could like?
Yeah, is there?
Yeah, keep her.
There's a few back alleyways. There's a number of cafes. There is a stables over about here that you could
That's
potentially look to.
Quite far away.
That's a bit.
Can I do a spot check, see if there is a sort of sheltered little area, you know, like sort of not balcony, but
Is there like a alleyway or something? Anything which is just
yeah,
sort of
with
a bit...
you know like the shop fronts where they have the sort of banner thing covering the top canopy.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Can
There
I
are
do a spot check
definitely,
to
well,
see if
this being a fairly built-up city, there are definitely several alleyways that you could potentially go down from here. But maybe you can make a spot check to try and find somewhere with a canopy.
Yeah, just so it's not like
24.
Just so that you're not leaving your animal companion inside of a hot car on a day.
Pretty much. 24.
yeah.
Okay. You are able indeed to spot at least one small cafe nearby that does have a canopy over the top of it.
Alright, which direction is that?
That is the southwest corner of the city centre over here.
Okay.
But you're in the main marketplace kind of area.
Okay, so I'll split off quickly and just, just tell her to stay there and just wait until I come back. Although she can't understand me, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just, stay, basically. And then I'll just come back out.
Should we maybe grab like some food and water for her? Because if this is a long line, then
She'll be fine. We won't be too long.
Okay.
She can take care of herself.
I love how much attention to detail you're putting with this.
Hey, roleplay.
We're getting into character.
Roleplay does get experience. This is true.
Yes.
Okay, so
Hey Odo, what are you up to? While they're dealing with Eve.
I was dealing with them. No, actually,
You were dealing with Tari and Victus.
I was dealing with them.
you stay here, Victor. You.
Seriously, guys. Now, you stay there. You good boy. You stay there.
Good little Grace.
Good kid. I'm so proud of them.
I guess. I take out my bow. Speaking of which, actually, could I possibly? It's kind of awkward. Could I possibly? Actually, no. Actually,
What are you
it's
thinking?
fine. No. It's fine. It's unnecessary roleplay. It's fine.
Right, fair enough.
Okay, so can I roll a spot to see if I can actually see Argus, or is he?
He is presumably near near the rear sections of the bookstore, which is largely guarded by virtue of like guards, retinue, and everyone trying to see him today. So
Okay,
unfortunately, he is obscured from sight completely.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hustle and bustle through and walking past the lines anyway, and just try and see if I can at least locate him.
Okay, well, as you approach the front door to try and like push past one of the guards, he stops you and says, "Excuse me, sir, you'll have to go to the back of the line, sir."
Is there any windows or something I can just see if I can see him?
No, it's mostly lit by candles inside, fairly dim.
Could I suggest that you throw me under the sky? Throw me right up to the top of the ceiling, and I'll see if I can see him. Got pretty good eyesight.
Would it
I can
be
see in
worth
the dark.
me asking one of the guards, seeing as it's an important thing that we're doing?
Well, to be fair, I actually wasn't suspecting. I wasn't actually trying to go in anywhere. I was just trying to see if I could see him.
Just
But
see him. Okay, yeah.
that's how it ended up.
Okay.
Okay, so is it obvious that there are people leading into here and?
Yes, extremely obvious.
Okay.
Like, imagine if J.K. Rowling appeared at nearby Waterstones. This is what would happen.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So with the guard just sort of bringing my attention, this is are you the? I just sort of ask him. Are you in charge of security for Mr. Bloodfinch here?
No, sir. I'm part of his retinue. I'm his usual bodyguard.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually
One of 6.
One of 6. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're actually here on other matters other than the fantastic books that he's starting for. We're here on official business of for citywide security. If at some point we could see Mr. Bloodfinch, then that would be most fortuitous.
If you'll go to the back of the line, you'll see him when the line clears through, sir. Afraid Mr. Bloodfinch doesn't have time in the day to see every single possible cause for citywide security. There are indeed air quotes involved in that sentence.
Really, I'm not saying this in character. The entire city is in danger. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I've got to sign a book. Oh my god.
It's important.
Does that mean we have to buy a book?
Well, thankfully, I've already got one. But
Okay.
okay. Well, he sort of just takes a deep breath of the just complete idiocy. This is. He realizes he's not going to get anywhere with this. This is right. He turns around and heads on back over to the other two. Again, takes another deep breath. Terry, can we try? I think we're going to need to try you because the guard over there seems to be complete blind idiocy in pure form, and for some reason will not let us see him, even though the city is in danger. So, could we try possibly flashing the paladin and see if that helps?
I'm sorry?
Nicely worded.
Freezing! Jeez!
If the second option doesn't work,
Wow.
then Odo, we're going to have to seduce him.
Okay, baby.
Oh god. Okay, but anyway, no. Anyway, in character, seriously. Right, no, we need Tari, can we come over because we need to? I think we might need a bit more.
Yeah.
Might need
Credibility.
A bit more push. Yeah.
What do I have?
So I'll just say to him, look, we're here on absolute urgency, and the paladin order is in need of his services.
Alright, okay. So just say it now? Is he stood in front of me?
Well, no, I've come back
to the guard at the front of the bookstore and deliver an ultimatum, effectively.
Walk over to the guard.
Yeah. I won't come with you for now. I'll keep an eye, but I won't come over because basically it'll look like, I've brought Mummy along. So.
Mummy, he said I couldn't go in.
It'll look like you've gone and gotten your shiny metal friend to say, "Hey, this is a paladin. She's totes with me. She thinks I'm cool. Let's go."
Pretty much.
You get me blood.
So I walk up to the guards and say, "Excuse me."
How can I help you, ma'am? If you want an autograph, I'm afraid you'll have to go to the back of the line.
Now, I'm here on official business, and I urgently need to speak with Argus about matters that require his service. The city is in danger.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that, but I'm afraid that there's a lot of people that want to speak to Mr. Bloodfilch today, and you're just gonna have to join the back of the line.
Do you realize where I'm from?
Shiny McShinyville.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Take him down, Paul.
It's at this point we come over like, boom!
You'll find I am a paladin from the House of St. Cuthbert, so...
Let's go.
You were saying?
No, I'm a paladin from the House of St. Cuthbert. I urgently need to see and speak to Argus Bloodfilch.
Yes, Mom, we've heard from your order already. Unfortunately, we cannot be helping with the production of holy water on the premises just yet.
Is there someone else? Is there another guard I could speak to? Because you clearly do not understand what I'm saying.
There is, but he's on the other side of this line.
On the other side of the line?
Yeah, like literally like 3 meters to your right. But through like 5 people on the way.
Okay, I will go and speak to another guard.
Okay, this will require forcing through the 5 people in that line presently at that chunk of it. So, I'm afraid you're going to have to roll a strength check.
Strength, okay.
Damn.
Strength is... looking for it. Where the hell is it?
It'll be near the top, on the left.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Strength.
You roll your modifier, don't you? Don't you use your base?
Yes,
Yeah.
you roll the modifier, not the number.
Okay.
The first few episodes.
Roll 1d20.
It's 1d20, isn't it?
Yes. 1d20 plus 2.
Only 2. I thought Paladin would have had a bit more.
No,
Well, she's a small paladin.
yeah, I'm a small paladin.
Then again, this is coming from the ranger who has not enough wisdom to use his spell. So
Yeah, you have a wisdom of 7.
Mhm.
For those who don't know, the average score in all of the abilities for a human is 10.
Mhm.
I've got a
He is
wisdom of
30% less wise than your standard college graduate.
Pretty much. But I have 18 dex, so I'm fine.
Right, I've rolled an 11.
Okay, well, you push and you shove, but you're unable to breach the line, I'm afraid.
Right.
You could try for a bull rush, but that's going to be getting into the violence section of things.
Yeah,
Could you
I'd
not just
rather
try
not
for a-
cause a
Could you at
scene.
least move aside where I can walk right through you, please?
She could try, but it will not help.
Move the hell aside!
I kick your ass!
I'm from Shinyville, let me through!
Wait, can I ask the guard if I can see his superior?
His superior is Argus.
Who's
He's
head
a
of
bodyguard.
It might
Is
work.
it like no, like is the head of security, or is it just 6 random security guards?
No, this is the 6 bodyguards of Argus.
Right. So there is no hierarchy when it comes to the guards.
No, they're just like one tier, and they're just all
This
collectively looking
way.
after Argus.
Right. I think I may require your help, Victus.
He's still not budging.
No,
May I suggest something?
Please.
please.
Using my quite short stature, which I do enjoy. Could I not just maybe sneak past the dumb wad over there?
Sorry, say that again, sorry?
Could I not just maybe sneak past the dumbass?
Damascus.
There's a mask and
Wait,
steel wearing.
You're
God.
suggesting sneaking past to get to Argus.
Indeed. We tried everything else. We tried being nice. We tried force.
I don't know.
If we're gonna do that, might I suggest actually out of character, what are your stealth sort of basic skills?
My stealth?
Well, I'm thinking more of your move silently, hide.
move silently,
Yeah.
tumble, that kind of thing.
Blind. Control F.
Um,
You open locks as well and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to need to open any locks.
Hide is. I'm assuming it's a skill one, are you?
Mhm.
It's 1.
What's your hide, so?
His hide is
My
1.
hide is 1.
His move silently is also 1.
Right. Okay. Well, with this, I'll just look at my desk. Is no offense, friend, but might I suggest if we're going to do that I attempt this.
Very well.
But this,
Trying to
however,
help.
he puts his hand out as well. However, this is a last resort. If we can think of anything else at all.
We
This
need
is-
to speak to another guard, because the one that we've spoken to is adamant not to let us pass and speak to Argus, sorry.
Angus!
I've been wanting to
now
call
I-
him
now I have
Angus
to-
for
now I
ages.
have-
Honestly,
voice him with another
Tim's doing the
Scottish
voice through. Will turn Scottish eventually anyway.
Yeah, I suggest speaking to another guard if we can get to him.
Okay, can I do a spot to see if I can spot the other, apparently 6 guards?
Yes, you may.
$28. Wow, I'm doing
Okay.
good with rolls today.
You're doing really well on the rolls today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see,
useless stuff.
18, 18, 15, 19. You're
Oh,
doing
don't
really
worry.
well.
If I try to sneak,
When
I'll
it
get
actually
ones.
counts, it will go horrific.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, well, standing behind Tari as she's talking to the guard, you're able to peer significantly into the bookstore, and you notice that there are indeed 4 different bodyguards stood around a table where the line appears to lead near to the back of the building, and 1 other guard directly next to this first guard with the line in between them.
You said there was 4 sitting at like a desk of some kind, like
No,
what are
they're stood around a table where the line appears to be leading to.
Oh, okay, right. Okay.
I think we're outside the bookshop right now.
Yes.
We need to get inside
They're inside.
without queuing.
We're going to have to break in.
Thing is that there'll be guards at the back door, so we can't go that way.
There's no guarantee that. There's no guarantee that they will. I severely doubt they're expecting someone to break in. However, the only issue I do have is once we break in, then what?
Yeah, you won't be believed as
Exactly.
much.
The only other way to do
You'll
that
be,
then is
you'll be a creepy stalker fan.
deception. At that point, it's deception, and that is not. That's why I'm saying
Yeah,
it's an
yeah.
absolute last
Yeah.
resort.
Last resort,
So-
yeah.